$20 on lot A.
Going once, twice, 3 times sold.
How does that happen?
Look at him. What could he pick? A cotton plant is like this tall.
Yes.
I'm saying, no offense, brother. I'm just saying.
Offense taken.
Enough. I will not have my reputation tainted selling superficial, bigoted slaves.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Everyone's been in bad relationships. You've had some type of toxic ex in your life. You know it. You can remember that person. You can picture them right now in your head. Toxic people are the kind of people who backstab you, who talk shit about you, who are the ones that are there to like seed disruption and chaos into your lives and call you a slave owner. Wait, what? What? What I'm talking about here is, of course, Colin Kaepernick and the NFL. I'm talking about the relationship between Colin Kaepernick and the NFL, where Colin Kaepernick sued the NFL, took a settlement, then went and made a Netflix documentary about how the NFL are slave owners because they pay black and white and Asian and Polynesian people multi-millions of dollars to play a sport, because that constitutes slavery, I guess, these days. And now he's begging to get back into the slave league, I suppose, for lack of a better term. Watch.
The players are paraded out in front of scouts, coaches, and owners who measure their physical talent. Coaches will tell you they're looking for warriors. They say they want you to be an animal out there. And you want to give them that. But let me tell you something. What they don't want you to understand is what's being established is a power dynamic. Before they put you on the field, teams poke, pride, no boundary respected, no dignity left intact.
Come on, boy, hurry up.
No dignity left intact.
Look at this.
I'm gonna stop right here. No dignity left intact. Yeah, you know, they are gonna give you like 7-8-figure salaries in order to play a sport. So they're probably going to be concerned about your physique. You're aware of that, right? You ever been to the doctor? I don't get paid 8 figures to go play a sport that most people play for free, for fun. But I've gone to the doctor. I actually paid to go get poked and prodded because like that's actually what a healthcare professional does. Such a dumbass. Here we go.
Best one we got. Look at this.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you what I want. Yeah, I heard you. So,
As a kid, you're not thinking that you're being groomed for a system. You just love playing football.
Wow. Okay. I think that most people really want to play football. Most young men actually would like to play football and don't care if they get poked and prodded if somebody is paying them 8 figures a year and making them rich, wealthy overnight. This is like the thing of all kids' dreams. This is why hundreds of thousands of young men play college ball, why millions of young men play high school football, including myself. I was never any good at football at all. But I'm probably better than Colin Kaepernick. But Colin Kaepernick, I didn't compare football to slavery. Colin Kaepernick did. Yet Colin Kaepernick is begging to get back into the slave league. Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter to the Jets asking to join their practice squad, begging them on bended knee, tears in his eyes, please take me back. Let me read to you directly from what he said. Worst case scenario, you see what have to offer. Worst case scenario, a typo, or he doesn't know how to write. Worst case scenario, you see what I have to offer and you're not that impressed. Best case scenario, you realize that you have a real weapon at your disposal. In that event, you need to use it. In either of these scenarios, would be committed to getting your defense ready week in and week out all season long, and would wear that responsibility like a badge of honor. Oh, Colin Kaepernick, you mewling jackal, like a badge of honor. Look at this. This is the actual letter. And he lists his references. He lists his references as the coaches who he destroyed their teams and then choked in the Super Bowl. Oh my God. Okay. Sued the NFL, says Jason Whitlock, took a settlement, put out a Netflix video calling the NFL slavery, writes letters begging for a spot on the plantation, says Jason Whitlock. Your revolutionary hero. Colin Kaepernick begs NFL to let him join practice squad. Oh my God. So this is the there it is. This is the letter. Kaepernick listed a series of references that will vouch for my character, work ethic, and ability. What? Dude, what? What are you talking about? Your character. You are the guy who single-handedly created a situation in which the NFL had to bow to Donald Trump and apologize for your kneeling because you were benched and you needed attention. There is nobody more destructive to a team esprit de corps than Colin Kaepernick. Such a selfish, petulant child. The Jets had previously said they weren't interested in bringing Kaepernick in following Rodgers' injury. CBS Sports' Josiah Anderson reported the team announced the signing of veteran quarterback Trevor Seisman on Tuesday. So, shove it. Where the sun don't shine. Colin Kaepernick. So, again, he is being roundly panned on social media. This is like the third or fourth time that Colin Kaepernick has begged to be let back into the NFL. Why would you want to be a slave again? People are asking. This is Colin Kaepernick comparing the NFL to slavery. Mom said you guys have to let me play, defiant Colin Kaepernick tells kids playing football at the park. Okay. We'll give that some love. Colin Kaepernick calls his white adoptive parents racist because they told him as a teen that cornrows looked unprofessional and that he looked like a little thug. Okay. Well, that's up to interpretation, but these are your parents. Dumbass. If they're going to provide you sustenance and food and shelter, and they're going to adopt you when your birth parents didn't want you, nobody even knows who Colin Kaepernick's father is. This according to an entertainment website here in Colin Kaepernick's own autobiographical story. Colin Kaepernick was adopted at 5 weeks old. Here's why he hasn't met his birth mother. Colin Kaepernick was adopted by Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, a white couple from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, 2 biological children that they already had. Kaepernicks decided to adopt after they lost 2 sons to congenital heart defects. Oh, that's wonderful. What a beautiful story. Only a literal black hole narcissist like Colin Kaepernick could destroy a story like this. Colin was born on November 3rd, 1987. His birth mother, Heidi Russo, who was 19 at the time, put him up for adoption when he was 5 weeks old. The identity of his birth father is unknown. Colin Kaepernick decided to take this beautiful story of his upbringing and accuse his parents of racism. It's a wonder why no NFL team wants this guy. A man who would accuse his own parents, the only reason, presumably, that he is successful in the world, of racism. Why? Because they wouldn't let him have the hairstyle that he wanted in high school. Well, guess what? This isn't a race thing. My parents wouldn't let me have the hairstyle that I wanted when I was a little punk rock, little dipwad in high school. But here's Colin Kaepernick making a point to not only abuse his teammates, not only abuse the NFL, but to accuse his own parents that adopted him from the mother that did not want him of racism because they didn't like his hairstyle.
Just loved me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
Your mom said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But
oh my God. Oh my God. What an unbelievable fraud this guy is. What a beautiful thing to have a family that adopts you and cares for you. Look at this. Look at this. Oh wow. The horrors of Colin Kaepernick's upbringing. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine anything worse than standing in this beautiful park with this beautiful loving family who adopted you even when they already had children out of the goodness and love in their own hearts, and then calling them racist, and then being bewildered as to why nobody wants you on their team. Nobody wants that kind of toxic behavior on their team. Kaepernick sued the NFL. Sued them. And you're wondering why you're not welcome back in the league. Colin Kaepernick is cruising on the way to 40. Trust me, Colin Kaepernick will never get another job in the NFL, thank God. But we enjoy his humiliation anyway. Like, share, and subscribe to end the racial communism that Colin Kaepernick is talking about. Critical theory here. Just the stupidest possible way to describe it. It's your boy Ben. See ya.